All right, guys, we want to go ahead and get our riders up to staging, especially cruisers, novice. Go ahead and get up there. We are going to start with our balance box, but we do need our corner officials in place. So if you are working in a corner, we need you right away. We are running full track on the balance bikes.
We're almost over anyway.
Guys, we're going to get ready with these balance bikes. Doing one full lap. One full lap tonight. We got our corner. We need corners 1 and 2, guys. If you signed up to work a corner, it is your time to be there. Turn 1, turn 2. We can't start dropping gates till everybody's where they need to be. Do want to thank the new volunteers stepping up for the team night and participating in our team night program. Trophies are good. We got balance bike riders get trophies when they cross the line. They are there and ready. They get their choice of MVP awards more.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Yeah, Kurt, see you took your stool. The stool doesn't live here. It lives with you, huh? You should, yes, you should get a radio. All right, guys, our 4-year-old balance bikes are on track. We're on track with Giovanni Gutierrez, Elowen Carco, Maverick Gears, Madeline Elman, Finnegan Chase, and Stone Bailey. Oh no. We already had an equipment failure up there. Most important thing for a balance bike rider is those shoes. Already had a shoe blowout. All right, guys, cheer them on around these 4-year-old balance bikes. We got some 3-year-olds behind them. 13 balance bike riders tonight, and then we're going to off with girls cruiser. But for right now, it's all Giovanni, Elwin, Maverick, Madeline, Finnegan, and Stone making their way around the track. And as they cross the line, they get their choice of trophies. All right, that is that 293 bike, Maverick Gears, coming across the line, coming down the last straight, kicking hard, our 4-year-olds. Ooh, weeble wobbles.
Attention.
She didn't fall down. That's the 126 bike, Stone Bailey. Finnegan Chase.
Ready, watch the gate.
I heard we got that next rack of balance bikes out. That is 3 and under. Going down the first straight. The number 43 bike, Eloin Carco, and the 826, Giovanni Gutierrez. And Madeline Melman. Not going to be on the Strider bike for much longer. Started our racing league last week. We got some riders making the move from kicking around to pedals really soon. 3-year-old balance bikes, Grant Perrier, Asher Werlich, Scooter Woolery, Ava Bradshaw, Ethan Johnston, Carter Chidsey, and Riley Price. Balance bikes are getting competitive, man. So how do we train? How do balance bikers train when they're not at the track? All right. I think it's called walking. That's how they train. Keep going, man. Keep going. Oh. All right, guys. Cheer on these 3 and under balance bikes. Grant Perrier crossing the line in first. The big old smile. And a whole cheering section down here. Ava Bradshaw getting the 2. They aren't scored or pointed, so this is just for fun. They all get trophies tonight. They got their whole choice of colors of trophies that we stack up here on the line behind the finish line, on the wall behind the finish line. All right, let's cheer on these 2 riders. We got an unnamed one, Incognito. They don't have to have a number plate, but it helps me if you want me to announce their name. Because right now we've got Ethan Johnston and the 459 of Carter Chidsey and Asher Werlich. Oh, I think we got one finishing it out. He's just out for a stroll. Wanted to check out the track. Oh, rider down. I don't think you get pickles for crashing Striders. I think that's only big bikes. All right, but you're back going, man. Finish line is in sight. All right, guys, let's cheer Scooter Woolery on around. Don't forget our whole weekend full of fun here. Racing tonight, racing tomorrow. We're going to have a movie night afterwards. We're going to watch BMX Bandits. Going to set up a screen right over here behind the whole track on the asphalt. So bring your chairs, blankets, and we will have some special concessions treats during the movie. Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, the real life Blue Springs BMX Swap and Shop at the shelter just to the south of the track. Also, On Two Wheels will be on site, and they will be giving a bike maintenance clinic. So if you have ever wanted to maintain your own bike, learn how to do things like adjust your bars, all that, they will be there teaching you. And it's a great time if you buy some new parts, find some new parts, then you can learn how to put them on right there. All right, Let's cheer Scooter on. We got Skeeter and Scooter. Hey, did that new nickname, is that what we're going to stick with? Sticking with the Muppets? Beaker, but Beaker didn't make it. Okay. Oh, are they here? Are they here? All right. All right, guys. I haven't been out of the fence, so I did not know. Apparently, we have bikes for the likes for us. Bikes for the likes of us across the street between the ball fields. And we're going to kick this off with 15-16 girls cruiser. This is also a good time to remind people, if your rider is close to a move up, if you're a novice sitting on 9 wins or an expert or an intermediate sitting on 19, you got to let me know. We do not know, so if you want it announced, we got to know that in advance.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And they are off. Our first moto of the night, 15-16 girls. Moto number 3, we're on track with Adeline Hall, Riley King, and McKenna Luptak. Got a whole mix of ages here, 10, 12, and 16. McKenna working on those jumps. She was here at the Barry Nobles Clinic working on that. Ooh, watch those pedals. Had a pedal strike there out of the second place rider, but right now that is going to be McKenna Luptak taking the 1 out of this total points race.
Ready, watch the gate.
Riley King holding on to your 2, and Adeline Hall rolling with the 3. Moto number 4, 8-year-old cruisers, Asher Luce, Emmett Hall, Slow-Mo Brodo Dotson, and Elijah Holly. 4 riders on track means we're taking 1 rider straight to the main event. The other 3 are going to battle it out in round number 2. That is a Gold Cup 1 sitting up front. Asher Luce sitting up front. Got a little gap before that next rider. That's Elijah Holly sitting on the bubble. We'll see if he's got any power to pull that. But I think Asher's going to run away with round 1. I know who my money's on for round number 2, who's getting those transfers, but that is Asher Luce moving on to the main event. Moto number 5, 10-year-old cruisers, Braden Bullethead Holt, Racing Case and Murray, Trenton T-Money, Stewart, Big Mac Duvall, Edric, RJ Hawthorne, and Bea Quads Dotson in our 10-year-old cruisers, moto number 5. This is the first moto I think I've ever announced where every single rider had a nickname. Taking the top 2 riders, that was Racing Case and Murray sitting up front.
Random start.
Got a freaky fast rider sitting in the 2. We'll see if they stay there all the way down the last straight, but that is going to be the bike number 3, Case and Murray, and the C bike of Braden Bullethead Holt. Getting your second transfer. Moto number 6, 14-year-old cruisers, Cody Velasquez, Kyle KJ Smilinich, Dakota Bolt, Golden Peddler Harris, and Jamison Ashley taking 1 rider to the main event. The other riders are going to see in round number 2 trying to earn their way in. That is Jamison Ashley sitting up front, coming out of turn number 2. And he's going to hold that position all the way to the end. That is going to be Jamison Ashley, your 1 transfer out of moto number 6. Moto number 7, 17-20 cruiser. Total points racing here. Seth Swartz, Corey Brown, and Austin Slow-Mo Neal. Total points means whatever place you get is how many points you get. You race all 3 rounds, low points wins. Right now, that is Brown up front, followed by the 10 bike of Seth Swartz and Austin Slow-Mo Neal chasing him down the rhythm section. And they are going to hold that all the way to the finish line. Corey Brown with your 1, Seth Swartz with your 2, Austin with your 3. Moving on to novice class, 5 and under novice. 2 racks of these little kiddos, taking 2 out of each rack each round. They will have a full rack of 8 at the end in the main event.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
On track now with Elwin Carco, Ford Howell, Blake Dotson, Raven Cates, Addison Smilinich, and Brecken Murray. Taking 2 riders, guys. Keep your eyes on those top 2 spots. Those riders get to hang out after this round and sit out round number 2. I have an announcing sheet. All right, sitting up front, that is Ford Howell and the 215 bike of Addison Smilanich. Sitting on the bubble is 754 of Raven Cates. All right, guys, cheer them on around 5 and under. Let's see, we got 4, 5, 2, and 3. There's a 2-year-old out here pedaling around. But right now, that is going to be Ford and Addison getting your transfers.
Okay, riders, random start.
2-year-old Blake
Riders
Dotson.
ready, watch the gate.
It's pretty rad. That's about the coolest you can be at 2 years old, racing BMX. Second rack of 5 and under, Rosie Malone, Kasem Cabo Hall, Callum Gnarly Bronson, Caliana Chidsey, and Piper Franklin. Once again, taking 2 racks, 2 each round. That's going to make 8 riders in a jam-packed main event for these 5 and under novices. Ooh, up front, that is going to be Callum, followed by Cabo Hall and Caliana sitting on the bubble. Those are your riders to watch out of round 1, but cheer them all on. These 5 and under riders.
Attention.
4 and 5-year-olds in this moto.
Riders ready.
All the way to the stripe. Oh, they are going to battle. That is going to be Kasem Hall and Callum Bronson getting your transfers out of round number 1. Moto number 10, 6-year-old novice, Piper Hars, Carter Jackson, Roman Hall, Camden Collin, and Alan Melman. Is this a 9 on the Piper? Sitting on the 9 wins. That is Camden up front, Piper Hars sitting on the 2, Alan sitting on the 3, but we are taking 2 riders. Carter Woolery to staging, but I don't think he's racing tonight.
Okay, riders, random start.
Yep, crashed, so Carter's not racing.
Ready, watch the gate.
All right, that is going to be Camden Collin getting a transfer, and with the second transfer, the 13 bike of Piper Harves. Moto number 3. Oh, I cannot read tonight, guys. Hey, Kelly, you gave me your eye problems. Moto number 11, 7-year-old novice, Avery Franklin, Abram Hudson, Kessler Surface, Elliott Fast Edit Bailey, and Katie Johnson. That is Katie and Avery sitting up front in the 7 novice group, taking 2 riders. Ooh, trying to make some moves there, guys. Top 2 go.
Okay, riders, random start.
I love that they're competing. Sometimes you got to ride smart, though, and that is going to be the 884, Katie Johnson and Avery Franklin moving on to the main event. Moto number 12, 8-year-old novice, Total Points racing here with Johnny Melman, Vivian the Vibe Deal, and Remy Robinson. 3 riders going to race all 3 rounds. No sitting out round for these kiddos. We got a slipped pedal. That is Vivian taking over the top spot. Johnny's going to get back on the pedals. There you go, man. Go catch him. You got 3 rounds to do it.
Okay, riders, random start.
They were battling hard going into turn number 2.
Ready, watch the gate.
And coming across with the 1 is going to be Vivian the Vibe Deal. Remy Robinson with your 2, and Johnny Melman with your 3. Moto number 13, 10-year-old novice, Salamano, Kyson Parker, Wyatt Dutton, Adeline Hall, Carter Woolery, and Emma Smilanich. I guess Carter's not going to be in here. So just so you riders know, you're all going to make the main event. But that is the State 5 and the 633 sitting up front. So that's going to be Adeline Hall and Kyson Parker.
Okay, riders, random start.
Oh, boy, I just got an alert. Changing weather tomorrow. Noticeably hotter. Just in time for a daytime race. But this moto, that is going to be Adeline Hall getting a transfer and Kyson Parker moving on to the main event. Moto number 14, 11-year-old novice, Winston the Hunter Rogers, Zach Laney, Blake Johnson, Jacqueline Harrell, and Ethan Malone. We got a rider sitting up front. That looks like Winston Rogers. We're taking 2. 614 and the 824. Blake and Jacqueline battling for that next transfer spot.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
And
Watch
all the
gate.
way to the stripe, your transfers are going to be Winston Rogers and Blake Johnson. Moving on. Moto number 15, 12-year-old novices, Connor Arnold, Tucker Robinson, Maverick Miracle, Maverick the Mav, Conklin, Jackson, Action Jackson, Lester, Garrett Winship, and Hayden Franklin. 3 riders out of these 7 are moving on to the main event right out of round number 1. That is Tucker Robinson sitting up front.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
Got a
random
couple
start.
hardcore realty riders battling it out. Guys, it's only top 3, but
Gate.
you ride your own ride. So that is going to be Tucker Robinson, the State 5 and the 709. Sorry, State 8. Hayden Franklin and Maverick Miracle moving on. Maverick just back racing after an injury. Glad to see him back. All right, Moto 16, 14 novice. Tyler Malone, Skylar Visnich, Dylan Dill, Pickle Harris, Blake Laney, and Carson Hawkins taking 2 riders. Blake sitting up front, followed by the 161 and 871 there, battling it out. Carson and Skylar. Skylar making a move, trying to get inside and push in. And she made that one stick. Right now, though, Blake is running away with the first transfer spot. And the second transfer is going to Skylar Visnich. Moto 17, 21, 25. Novice rider Warren, Ashlyn Hoyer, and Henry Campbell. Total points here. Low points wins. Whoa, we are rubbing his racing for these now. For these guys,
Attention.
Ryder and Henry really battling it out.
Here, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Oh, this is a close one, but that is going to be the 770 at the line. Henry Campbell, Ryder Warren, Ashlyn Hoyer is your finishing order for Moto 17. Moto 18, 26-35 novice, another total points race here with Thomas Robinson, Cody Chidsey, and Blake Cates. Looks like Robinson up front, followed by the 5'11 of Cody Chidsey and Blake Cates. So you're going to battle for that second spot.
Ready. Watch the gate.
All the way to the stripe. That is Thomas Robinson with your 1. Cody Chidsey hanging on to your 2. Blake Cates rolling with the 3. And the last of the novices, 51, 55 novice, Gary Blake, Jonas Dominguez, and Greg Dutton. Repeat that, Matt.
Attention.
Jace Werlich. We need you in staging, Jace Werlich. All right, guys. Finishing out novice class. Also a good time to finish out for that first round of raffles. So make sure you go get those tickets beforehand. That is going to be Dominguez with the 1, the 890 of Gary Blake, and Greg Dutton, your 3. Good close racing out of those guys. Finishing out 51-55 novice. Moving on to intermediates. Moto number 20, Austin Miller, Eli Tonga, and Nolan Carco. We got a couple riders battling up front. I feel like they do this every week. Oh, man, we got a rider down. That is Eli Tonga sliding out. Austin Miller moving on into the top spot. We're going to get Eli checked out. He's tangled up in his bike a bit. Eli's up, guys. Let's cheer him on. That is going to be Austin Miller getting the 1. Nolan Carco hanging on to the 2. We're going to see if Eli's going to finish this out. I bet he does. Bet he does. It's rough when you just run out of tire, man. All right, Eli, good job getting up. Let's cheer him on around.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Hey, Ben, it's not a job. We're volunteers. We don't get paid. It's not work. It's love. It's love. All right, 7-year-old intermediates, Moto 21, Jackson Smilinich, Grayson G Money Toon, Amelia Welty, Seth Daly, and Jace Werlich taking 2 of these riders to the main event. We got 2 battling going into turn number 2. That is going to be Daly and Smilinich.
Attention.
We're in those new state plates.
Okay, riders.
Grayson
random
Toon
start.
sitting there on the 3rd spot.
Ready. Watch the gate.
What was that? Oh, Creighton is on. Got it. Yeah. All right, so that is going to be Seth Daly getting a transfer. And we got a battle all of a sudden, and that is going to, oh, I'm not calling that. Who was our second? All right, we're coming back to 21 here in a second. I'm not announcing. Okay, the state won with the second transfer. And who was second? The 61 bike of Grayson G Money Tune is your second transfer out of round one for Moto 21. Moto 22, Axel Miracle, Slomo Brodo Dotson, and Emmett Hall. And that is going to be the state three. Emmett Hall,
Okay, riders.
Brody Dotson with your two, and Axel Miracle with your three.
We
got a big back here. 9-year-old intermediates, Moto 23, Avi Abam Di Matteo, Lachlan Lightning Campbell, Brennan Hale, Sawyer Penny, Landon Roach, Cole Nelson, Dylan Stinky Harrell, and Saccone Fetty Stay Ready Hall. Taking three of these little riders right now. Sitting up front, that is Sawyer Penny, Saccone Hall, and Dylan Harrell, all sitting on those transfer spots. 6 bike of Landon Roach trying to chase him down.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready.
But right now, that is going to be Sawyer Penny, Saccone Fetty Stay Ready Hall, and Dylan Stinky Harrell moving on to the main event. Moto number 24, 10-year-old intermediates on track with Talon Dobbs, Nokasi Belcher, Trenton T-Money Stewart, Creighton Harves, and Colton Style. Sitting up front is going to be Crouton Harves, and in that 2 spot is the 6 bike of Trenton T-Money Stewart.
Okay, riders. Random start.
Top 2 are the ones moving on to the main event
Ready.
out of round number 1. Everybody else will come back second round. But that is going to be Crouton Harves and the state 6 of Trenton T-Money Stewart moving on to your main event out of round 1. Moto 25, 11-year-old intermediates. Hunter Conklin, Corbin Davidson, Dylan King, Chase Mode, Curly, Benny the Jet Bass, and Vinny Lamano taking 2 riders. Ooh, they are battling for that second spot, but that is Corbin Davidson up front. Dylan King sliding in
Random start.
to that second spot. We'll see if it holds there. Pushing each other back. Pushing hard. We'll see who's got that at the line. That's going to be Davidson and the 128 of Vinny Lamano moving on to the main events out of round number 1. Moto 26, 12-year-old intermediates, Cooper the Real Deal, AJ Johnson, Remy DiMatteo, Tyler McMorris, Gunner the Gladiator Nash, and London Johnson. Taking 2 riders again. That's the 104 and the 69. Sitting up front, Tyler McMorris and AJ Johnson.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start.
All the way to the stripe.
Ready. Watch the gate.
They are battling. It's a drag race there, but that is how they're going to end. Tyler McMorris and Anthony AJ Johnson going to be your transfers. Moto number 27, 13-year-old intermediates, Kyle J. Smilinich, Carson Boogie Zagalik, Neon Noah Odell, and Archer Penny. Kyle Smilinich up front, Carson sitting on the 2, Archer Penny on the 3, coming out of turn number 2. Only that top rider is moving on to the main event this round.
Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
I can't say anything right now. That is going to be Kyle Smilinich, your lone transfer out of Moto 27. Girls expert, 12-year-old girls expert, Riley Fly Rye Brown, Fearless Fallon, Tyler Bayo, Quad Stotson, Gwenny Garrow, Super Soph Campbell, and Mac Roberts. Taking 2 of these riders. That is going to be a big old state 1, followed by a 3, Riley Fly Rye Brown, leading them. Fearless Fallon sitting on the 2. They got company in their pocket. But all the way to the stripe, that is going to be Riley Fly Rye Brown and the 3 bike of Fearless Fallon. Moving on. We are to experts, guys. Go ahead and get those raffle tickets for that first drawing. Also, if you have a first 5 award coming, we're going to do that between these rounds. But right now, 7-year-old experts, Harrison Nalavanko, Elijah Holly, Kane the Hulk Combs, and Asher Luce battling for that 1 transfer spot in round number 1. So just that top rider is all we're keeping our eye on this round. It looks like a gold 2 coming out there, so that is going to be Asher Luce moving on to the main event. 8-year-old experts, Tristan T-Bone Moorhead, Jackson Bowie, and Graham Golden Boy Little. Total points racing here. These are some aggressive young riders pushing hard. That's a gold Cup 1 sitting up front, Jackson Bowie, followed by Moorhead and Little.
Attention.
Little
Okay, riders,
single file. Looks like Little might be trying to make a move on the outside. We'll see if that sticks. But Moorhead shuts him down. All right, that is going to be Jackson Bowie, Tristan T-Bone Moorhead, and Graham Golden Boy Little. In that order, moto number 31, 9-year-old experts, Oliver Welty, Ivan Bad Boy Kent, Arrow Juice Box Bailey, Braxton Wolverine Jackman, and Corbin
Attention.
the 15 and the 28, Braxton and Ivan sitting up front.
Watch the gate.
And all the way to the stripe, they are going to hold that. That is going to be the 15 and the 28. Braxton Jackman and Ivan Bad Boy Kent moving on to the main event. Moto 32, 10-year-old experts, Xavier Davidson racing, Casey Murray, Gavin G-Man Campbell, and Edric E.J. Hawthorne. You guys got to correct his initial in here. Davidson sitting up front, Campbell and Hawthorne battling for that 2 spot, but only top rider matters this round. There's 4 riders on track. One of them's going straight to the main event.
Watch the gate.
And that is going to be Xavier Davidson, your transfer out of Moto 32. Moto 33, 13-year-old experts on track with Zachary Hurricane Campbell, Liam the Nightmare Taylor, and Patrick Couts. Little air show out of these riders. They know each other. They've been riding a lot together. Zach Campbell, Liam the Nightmare Taylor, and Patrick Couts pushing hard down that last straight.
Riders ready. Watch the
And that
gate.
is going to be Campbell, Taylor, and Couts, 1, 2, and 3, right down the moto sheet. Moto 34, 14-year-old experts, Caleb Comeback Kid Kurtz, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, and Colton Orange Crusher Hengel. Another total points race here. These riders, low points wins, going to race every round. That is Hengel sitting out front.
Ready. Watch the gate.
All the way around, that's going to be Colton Hengel. Ooh, Harris with your 2. And Caleb Kurtz rolling with your 3. Moto 35, 15-year-old experts. Glad they let the slow kids on track here. Seth Swartz, Jasper, Captain Kenny, Evan Penny, Braden the Bumblebee Deal, Malin Pokup, and Austin Slow-Mo Neal.
Attention.
They about finished that lap before I announced their names. Taking 2 riders here. That is going to be Kennedy and Deal moving on to the main event. Moto 36, 1720 expert, Amir, Speed Racer Tollfree, McKenna Leptak, Lola Jonjovic, and Sean Madden. 2 riders sitting up front. I feel like they do this every week. Amir and Sean pushing. Oh, Amir has a technical issue. Saw those bars coming back, man.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start.
1 rider moving out, and that is going to be Sean Madden holding on to that transfer. Lola Jonjovic right there on the hip pocket. Moto 37, 26, 35, expert, Jason Mercer, Andrew Downtown Brown, Derek Chan, Scott Johnson. Taking 1 rider here out of 26, 35-year-old experts. That is Brown and Nash sitting up front. Johnson sitting on the 3.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready. Watch
And
the gate.
all the way to the stripe. Oh, it's going to be a battle. I gotta ask over here who got that one. Good try, Jason. All right, that was Andrew Downtown Brown. Barely. Moto 38, 46, 50 expert. Last moto of round 1. Keith Skeeter Woolery, Brian Peck, and Zachariah Hinton. Total points race here. That is Woolery, Hinton, Peck. All right, Brian Peck getting the 1. Woolery getting your 2. Zach Hinton your 3, guys. That is round number 1. We got some awards to give away while everybody gets ready for the drawing. They're going to do their first half of Ah, yes. Guys, when you're up and watching races, please be mindful to not stand right in front of concessions so they can hear orders and get a chance to see the race. They're volunteers. They've got kids here. They want to watch it. But for right now, Moto number 3, round number 2, 15-16 girls cruiser total points race right
Okay,
here.
Ready, watch the gate.
Sitting on low points is McKenna Leptak sitting out front. Riley King on the 2, and Adeline Hall on the 3. Like I mentioned in this group, we got a whole mix of ages 10, 12, and 16, but that is that 16-year-old McKenna Leptak up front, followed by Riley King and Adeline Hall. They're pushing hard. Guys, cheer on these 15, 16 girl cruisers. There we go. You don't have to wait till I say to cheer them on guys. Cheer for all the riders out here working hard. That is McKenna with your 1. Riley going to hang on to your 2. Adeline with your 3. Moving on, 8-year-old cruisers on track with Emmett Hall, Slow-Mo Brodo Dotson, and Elijah Holly. 2 riders going to make it out. Moving on to the main event. Right now, sitting up front is Elijah Holly, and then sitting in the 2 is Emmett Hall. Slow-Mo Brodo Dotson chasing them down.
Okay, riders, random start.
Top 2 riders moving on to the main event right here, coming out of turn number 3. That is still Holly and Hall sitting up front. And that is how they're going to end. Elijah Holly and Emmett Hall. Brody, thanks for riding with us tonight. Moto number 5, 10-year-old cruiser. Trenton T-Money Stewart, Big Mac Duval, and Edric E.J. Hawthorne taking 3 of the riders. Basically, last places out. That is Hawthorne up front, followed by the 584 Big Mac Duval.
Okay, riders, random start.
E.J. Hawthorne.
Riders ready.
Stretching it out. And your transfers are going to be E.J. Hawthorne, Big Mac Duval, and the 760 bike of Trenton T-Money. Stewart Bea, thanks for racing with us. Moto number 6, 14-year-old cruiser, Cody Velasquez, Kyle KJ Smilinich, Dakota Gold, and Peddler Harris. Harris, Velasquez, Smilinich, 1, 2, and 3 coming out of turn number 2.
Okay, riders, random start.
Oh, something's rattling on Kyle's bike, guys.
Ready, watch.
Might want to check that between rounds. But that is going to be Harris, Velasquez, and Smilinich. So that is going to be Harris and Velasquez moving on. Kyle is. Thanks for riding with us. All right, moto number 7, 1720 cruiser. This is total points. Seth Swartz, Corey Brown, and Austin Slow-Mo Neal. Corey Brown sitting up front. Seth Swartz on the 2. Austin on the 3.
Attention.
And that is how they are going to finish. Brown, Swartz, Neal.
Ready, watch.
Total points race there with that 1720 cruisers. Moto number 8, 5 and under novice. Top 2. Whittling it down to 8 on the gate in the main event of these 5 and under novice riders. Right now, we're on track with Elwin Carco, Blake Dotson, Raven Cates, and Brecken Murray. All right, guys, cheer them on. I can't see them there. That hill is big, and they are little. Let's get them some encouragement, guys. Come on, pedal hard. Pedal everywhere it's flat. There we go. That is that 754. Raven Cates sitting up front. Oh, we got a pass being made, maybe. Oh, look at that. 451 and 452 pushing each other hard. Brecken Murray and Blake Dotson. 2 and 3 years old, guys. What were you doing at 2 and 3 years old? Probably nothing this cool. And all the way to the stripe. Top 2 are getting transfers, and that is going to be the 754 Raven Cates. And the second transfer is going to be that 451 of Brecken Murray. I didn't hear the first part of that name, Matt. You gotta hit the button and hold on a second. Second rack of 5 and under novices. That is going to be Rosie Malone, Kaliana Chidsey, and Piper Franklin. Only taking 2. Top 2 riders going to move on. Sitting up front is Kaliana Chidsey. Looking like Piper Franklin in the 2. Rosie Malone
Attention.
chasing him down
Okay,
in and
riders,
out of the
random
rhythm
start.
section, but that is going to be Caliana Chidsey and Piper Franklin moving on to the main event. Rosie, thanks for riding with us tonight. Moto number 10, 6-year-old novice Carter Jackson, Roman Hall, and Alan Melman taking 2. Top 2 riders are going to stay with us for round number 2. This is round number 2 for main events. One day I'll figure out how a BMX race works. It's only been 8 years. All right, let's cheer these guys on around. 6-year-old novice sitting up front is Roman and Alan. Carter sitting on the 3.
Okay, riders,
Salamano to
start.
oh, we got a slip pedal. Get back on it.
Riders,
Salamano to staging. Salamano to staging, please. All the way to the stripe for this 6-year-old novice group, and that is going to be Roman Hall with the first transfer. And the 880 of Alan Melman with your second. Carter, thanks for riding with us tonight. Moto number 11, 7-year-old novice Abram Hudson, Kessler Surface, and Elliott Fast Edit Bailey taking 2 riders. All right, last call, Salamano to staging. That is that 10 bike. Fast Edit Bailey sitting up front, followed by the 918
Attention.
from Hudson and Kessler Surface.
Okay,
Chase him
riders,
down.
Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Top two going to stay with us for mains, and that is going to be Elliott Fast Edit Bailey. Battle for this second slot. We'll see who gets it. Oh, no, we got a rider down. That is going to be the 918, Abram Hudson, moving on. All right. You okay, buddy? Here, let's scoot over this way. Here, pop over here. There you go. All right, 8-year-old novices coming at us. Johnny Melman, Vivian the Vibe Deal, and Remy Robinson. This is a total points race. It's going to be Johnny up front, Vivian the Vibe Deal with the 2, and Remy with your 3.
Ready. Watch the gate.
Guys, let's Kessler getting back up, finishing it out. That's what we want to see when we're out here. I got to get caught up on the scores that I was missing. For Moto number 12, this is Moto 13, Salamano, Wyatt Dutton, and Emma Smilanich. It's a boat ride. They're all making it. We're missing a rider. I'm going to go back to Moto 12, make sure I called that one right. Really? 1, 2, 3? Yep. All right, so Moto 12 was Johnny Melman with your 1, Vivian Deal with your 2, Remy Robinson with your 3. That is total points, and man, that is going to be 4 points, 3 points, 5 points. They are all
random start.
All kinds of tied up.
Riders ready.
Last one was a boat ride. Yep. So Moto 13, everybody there is in the main event. Sal, Kyson, Wyatt, Adeline, and Emma. Moto 14 is who's on track. 11-year-old novices on track with Zach Laney, Jacqueline Harrell, and Ethan Malone. Taking the top 2 riders. Right now, top 2 is going to be Jacqueline and Zach. Ethan chasing them down, man. Go get them.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start.
I think these are all Racing League riders too. Love that program. And all the way to the stripe, your transfers are going to be Jacqueline Harrell and Zach Laney. Ethan, thanks for riding with us tonight. Moto number 15, 4 riders on track, taking 3, 12-year-old novices, Connor Arnold, Maverick the Mav Conklin, Action, tongue twister, Action, Jackson Lester, Garrett Winship. That is that 244 bike. Jackson sitting up front, followed by the 255 of Garrett Winship.
Okay, riders. Random
then
start.
Connor and the Mav.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Top three holding on, going to the main event. And that is going to be Jackson, Garrett Winship, and Connor Arnold. Maverick, thanks for riding with us. Moto number 16, 14-year-old novices, Tyler Malone, Dylan Pickle Harris, and Carson Hawkins. Top 2 riders moving on. That is going to be Carson sitting up front, followed by Dylan and Tyler.
Random start.
Close racing here. Top 2 moving on. We'll see what happens coming out of the 3rd turn. We got a rider moving from 2 to 1. All that mattered was being in 2nd place right now in this round. We'll see what happens. That is going to be Carson Hawkins and Tyler Malone. Moving on, Dylan, thanks for riding with us. Moto number 17, Ryder Warren, Ashlyn Hoyer, and Henry Campbell. Total points racing here.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
I believe that is Henry, Ryder, and Ashlyn in that order. Oh, we got some moves being made again. 3rd turn's getting busy tonight. That is the 770 bike sitting up front. That is going to be Henry Campbell, followed by Ryder Warren and Ashlyn Hoyer. Moto 18, 26, 35, novices, Thomas Robinson, Cody Chidsey, and Blake Cates. Total points racing. That's how they finished this 1st round. That's how they're looking out of turn number 2, round number 2. Thomas, Cody, and Blake. Single file down that rhythm section, in and out of turn 3. Thomas still leading up front. And that's how they're going to finish. Thomas with your 1, Cody with your 2, Blake rolling with your 3. Moto 19, 51, 55, novice, Gary Blake, Jonas Dominguez, and Greg Dutton. Dominguez, Blake, Dutton, 1, 2, and 3 coming out of turn number 2. Keeping it together through that rhythm section in this 51, 55. Now, oh, we got a rider going down. That is Gary Blake. He's back up, guys. Let's have a hand for Gary getting back up. That is Dominguez with your 1, Dutton with your 2. Gary Blake going to roll with the 3. Good job getting up, man. Intermediates, fellas. We are at intermediates. Austin Miller, Eli Tonga, and Nolan Carco. Eli keeping it clean out of turn number 2 this time. He found the edge of his traction last round.
Random start. Riders
Holding it together, rocking that state number 2 plate. That is going to be Eli Tonga, looking like he's going to hold on with the 1. Austin Miller with your 2. Nolan Carco with your 3 in that total points battle in 6th intermediate. Moto number 21, 7-year-old intermediate, Jackson Smilanich, Amelia Welty, and Jace Werlich taking 2 of these riders out of the 7 intermediate group. But it looks like we only got 2, so it is a boat ride, and I believe that is Smilanich and Welty. Moving on.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right. You both made it. Trenton, Stewart, we need you to staging. Trenton, T-Money, Stewart to staging. Right now, we're with 8 intermediates. Moto number 22, Axel Miracle, Slow Mo, Brodo, Dotson, and Emmett Hall. Total points racing right here. Hall sitting on low points. Brody on the 2, Axel on the 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
Pushing hard. It looks like Emmett's going to rock that number 1 again coming out of 3rd turn. And the state 7 of Axel with your 2, Slow Mo Brodo with your 3. What was that last one, Matt? Talon Dobbs, just staging. Talon Dobbs. All right, 9 intermediates right here. Avi Abom Di Matteo, Lachlan Lightning Campbell, Brennan Hale, Landon Roach, Cole Nelson, taking 4 of the 5 to the main event. Oh, we got some very distinct lines. One going up high and pedaling, one going low. That is going to be the 106 and the 73, Brennan Hale, the 169. All right, Avi, thanks for riding with us. Transfers are going to be Lachlan Campbell, Brennan Hale, Landon Roach, and Cole Nelson. Moto 24, 10-year-old intermediates, 3 riders going out. 2 making the main event. Talon Dobbs, Noak Belcher, and Colton Style.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And they're off on that 10 intermediate group. Taylor Dobbs, Nokasi Belcher, and Colton Style pushing hard. Top 2 moving on to mains. Guys, this is a good time to get the remainder of those raffle tickets in. We're halfway through intermediates, so if you are going to do raffle for the second round, go ahead and do that. That is
Attention.
Taylor sitting up front, followed by Nokasi and Colton.
Okay, riders, start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Single file out of the last turn, and I think that is going to be Taylor holding on to that front spot, getting the transfer, and Nokasi Belcher. Colton, thanks for racing with us. Moto number 25, 11-year-old intermediates, Hunter Conklin, Dylan King, Chase Mode Curley, and Benny the Jet Bass. Curley and Dylan King sitting up front, Benny the Jet sitting on the 3, Hunter Conklin trying to sneak in.
Ready.
Top 3 riders are going on to the main event. Whoa, we got some white line action there. All the way to the stripe, though, that is going to be King, Curley, and Bass. Moving on, Hunter, thanks for riding with us tonight. Moto number 26, 12-year-old intermediates, Cooper the Real Deal, Remy DiMatteo, Gunner the Gladiator Nash, and London Johnson.
Attention.
Remy DiMatteo and London Johnson sitting up front. Cooper the Real Deal sitting on the 3, top 3. I'm moving on, staying on for the rest of the night, and that's what they're going to do. DiMatteo, Johnson, and Deal moving on. Gunner, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 27, 13-year-old intermediates, Carson Boogie Zagalek, Neon, Noah Odell, and Archer Penny taking the top 2. Right now, that is Penny and Zagalek.
Attention.
Odell chasing them down through the rhythm section, taking a nice line through turn 3. And all the way to the stripe, that is going to be Archer Penny and Carson Zagalek. Noah, thanks for riding tonight. Moto 28, 12-year-old girls expert on track with Bea, Quads, Dotson, Gwenny Garrow, Super Soph Campbell, and Mac Roberts. Arrow Bailey to staging. Arrow Bailey to staging, please.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
All right, guys, if you're going to cheer, please step away from the concessions window. Step down off the platform so they can hear the rest of the orders. All right, that is going to be 71, 1, and 2 from that girls experts. That's not a 71, so that's Mackenzie Roberts, Bea Dotson, and Super Soph Campbell. Gwen, thanks for riding with us tonight. Moto 29, 7-year-old experts, Harrison Nalavanko, Elijah Holly, and Kane the Hulk Combs taking the top 2, hanging on for the main event.
Watch the gate.
Coming out of turn 3, that's looking like Combs and Nalavanko. And that is what it's going to be. Kane Combs and Harrison Nalavanko holding on. Elijah Holly, thanks for racing with us tonight. Moto 38-year-old experts, Tristan Moorhead, Jackson Bowie, and Graham Golden Boy Little.
Attention.
Bowie, Little, Moorhead, 1, 2, and 3 in this total points race. What they're running going into turn number 3. And that is going to be Jackson Bowie holding on to the 1, Graham Little with your 2, and Tristan T-Bone Moorhead with your 3. These last 2 riders are tied up now. 5 points each. Moto 31, 9-year-old experts, Oliver Welty, Arrow, Juicebox Bailey, and Corbin Clutch Howard. Whoa, that's a lot of break. That is Arrow, Corbin, and Oliver, 1, 2, and 3, coming out of turn number 2.
Ready, watch the gate.
All the way to the stripe. And that is how they're going to hold. That's going to be Arrow transferring. And Corbin Clutch Howard. Oliver, thanks for riding with us tonight. Moto 32, 10-year-old experts, Racing Case of Murray, Gavin G-Man Campbell, and Edric E.J. Hawthorne. Hawthorne followed by the 1 plate of Racing Case of Murray. Gavin G-Man Campbell sitting on the 3 spot. Top 2 are staying on for mains. And that is going to be transfers, E.J. Hawthorne and racing, Kasem Murray. Gavin, thanks for riding tonight. Moto 33, 13-year-old experts. Total points right here. Zachary Hurricane Campbell, Liam the Nightmare Taylor, and Patrick Couts. That's the order they ran them. That's the order they finished.
Okay, riders, random start.
We'll see what they do this round. That's still looking like Zach
Watch the
up
gate.
front. Oh, maybe not. Let's see what happens. That jumping might have cost you, but that is going to be 24-12. So that's going to be Zach Campbell, Patrick Couts, and Liam the Nightmare Taylor. Another tie there between the second and third place. Moto 34, 14-year-old experts, Caleb Comeback Kid Kurtz, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, and Colton Orange Crusher Hingle. Colton Hingle sitting up on one again, just like round number one. Caleb with your 2. Dakota Harris with your 3. Another tie for 2 and 3. Moto 35, 15-year-old experts, Seth Swartz, Evan Penny, Malin Pokup, and Austin Slow-Mo Neal. 3 riders going to main events.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
That is Penny, Neal, Swartz, and Pokup in that order coming down the last straight. And that is going to be Penny, Neal, and Swartz moving on. Pokup, thanks for riding with us. Malin. Evan, check your tires, man. Check your tire pressure. That didn't sound super great coming by here. Moto 36, 17, 20 experts. Amir Speed Racer Tolfree with his bars in the right position.
Attention.
McKenna Luptak and Lola Jonjovic.
Okay, riders, random start.
Top 2
Ready?
moving on to the main event. And right now that is going to be Amir and Lola moving on. McKenna, good racing tonight. Moto 37, 26, 35, expert on track with Jason Mercer, Darren Nash, and Scott Johnson. Taking top 2. Right now, that is Johnson and Nash sitting on 1 and 2. Jason Mercer chasing them down.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready? Watch the gate.
All the way to the stripe. That is going to be Johnson and Nash moving on. Jason, thanks for riding with us tonight. And the last moto of round number 2, 4650 expert. Total points right here. Finishing order last round was Brian Peck, Keith Skeeter Woolery, and Zachariah Hinton. No, I wrote those backward. And right now, that is Brian Peck sitting up front. Taking another 1, Zach Hinton rolling with another 2. And Keith Skeeter Woolery with your 3. And guys, that is round number 2. Staging. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for spending your Friday night here at Blue Springs BMX. Been a fun year here so far. We have about half of our races left, isn't that right, Ben? Once we add Sundays, that's a lot. It adds up quick. We've got we got at least 15 races left. So we had 16 that we counted the other day. So lots of races still here for the year.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Kicking off the main events here with moto number 3, our 15-16 Girls Cruiser. Total points racing, McKenna Luptak sitting on low points, followed by Riley King and Adeline Hall. Right now, McKenna sitting up front. It's been real cool this year. We've had some guests come in. We had Barry Nobles do a clinic. He worked with a lot of kids. It's been cool seeing a lot of those kids that were at that clinic just exploding their skills. We got a Nick Long clinic coming up too, guys. Check out our Facebook page. The captain, Nick Long, coming back. And this is going to be McKenna Luptak, your overall 1. Riley King, your overall 2. Adeline Hall, your overall 3. Motor number 4, 8-year-old cruisers on track with Asher Luce, Emmett Hall, and Elijah Holly. We got that gold Cup 1 of Asher Luce sitting up front in battle for the 2nd spot. Holly sitting on the 2. Hall chasing him down.
Attention.
Hall pushing hard on the big bike. It's cruiser season for some of the riders. Trying to save those wins for grands. That's not what's happening here, but just as a whole, we know after state, that's what happens. But that is going to be Asher Luce with your 1. Oh, I'm not calling that one. That's going to go to the scorers. All right, Elijah Holly with the 2, Emmett Hall with your 3. Motor number 5, 10-year-old cruisers. Woo, that is quite a move by that number 3 bike, racing Kason Murray, sliding under EJ Hawthorne, moving up into first place. EJ's trying to take it back and did it. I heard those brakes chatter, man. That is good racing on those guys. That is Edric Hawthorne with your 1, race Kason Murray your 2, and the C-bike of Braden Bullethead Holt running your 3. Moto number 6, 14-year-old cruisers, Cody Velasquez, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, and Jamison Ashley. What you see is what you get, and we got the gold 3 of Ashley sitting up front, followed by the state 2.
Okay, riders, random start.
That doesn't make sense. I don't have a state 2 on my sheet, so we'll figure that out. That's a gold 3, a 2, and a 19. The 35. All right, Dakota Harris with your 2. And Cody Velasquez with your 3. Motor number 7, 17-20 cruiser, Seth Swartz, Corey Brown, and Slow-Mo Austin Neal. Corey Brown sitting on low points. Still leading the way. All the way to the strap on this total points race. That's going to be Corey Brown's going to be your overall 1. Seth Swartz, your overall 2. Austin Slow-Mo Neal, your overall 3. Moto number 8 and 9, 5 and under novice, full rack, a whole gaggle of fraggles coming out of the gate. We got Ford Howell, Raven Cates, Addison Smilanich, Brecken Murray, Kasem Cabo Hall, Callum Gnarly Bronson, Caliana Chidsey, and Piper Franklin. Sitting up front is Callum and the 294 of Kasem Cabo Hall. Ford and Caliana sitting 3 and 4. We got a whole bunch here sitting in 5, 6, 7, and 8. But right now, that is going to be Callum Bronson with your 1. Kasem Cabo Hall with your 2. And battle for 3rd right here. Who's going to power it out? That is going to be Ford Howell rolling with the 3. Moto number 10, 6-year-old novice, Piper Harves, Roman Hall, Caden Collin, and Alan Melman. Shooting out of the gate. We got one rider up front. I can't see that plate, so I don't know who that is. That is the 377, Camden Collins sitting up front. We got a battle for the 2, though. Coming on, that is Camden up front, followed by Roman, Piper, and Allen. Little bit of a single file race now as they go through the rhythm section.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
I think
watch
that's going
the
to be
gate.
Camden coming across with the 1. Roman Hall with your 2. Piper Harves taking your 3. Moto number 11, 7-year-old novice. Avery Franklin, Abram Hudson, Elliott Fast, Edit Bailey, and Katie Johnson. Katie, Avery, and Elliott sitting up front.
Okay, riders, random start.
Sitting on those podium spots. Abram Hudson chasing them down.
Gate.
And that is going to be Katie Johnson with your 1, Avery Franklin with your 2. And the 10 bike of Elliott Fast, Edit Bailey with your 3. Moto number 12, 8-year-old novice, Total Points Racing right here. They are close on points. Vivian the Vibe Deal sitting on 3. Johnny Melman on 4. Remy Robinson on 5. Vivian sitting out front right now. Johnny on the 2. Gonna make me do some math on this one.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Down that last straight, Vivian and Johnny battling. Vivian's got a point down, so that is going to be Vivian, your overall 1. Johnny Melman, your overall 2. Remy Robinson, your overall 3. Moto number 13, 10-year-old novices. Sal Lamano, Kyson Parker, Wyatt Dutton, Adeline Hall, and Emma Smilanich. They are pushing hard. I see that state plate sitting up front. Adeline Hall, Kyson Parker sitting on the 2. Battle for the 3 between the 277 and the 24. Sal Lamano and Emma Smilanich.
Okay, riders, random start.
Everybody's wanting to get that chip to take home the cool trophy. And all the way to the stripe, that is going to be Adeline Hall with your 1, Kyson Parker with your 2, and the 277, Salamano taking your 3. Moto 14, 11-year-old novices, Winston, the Hunter Rogers, Zach Laney, Blake Johnson, and Jacqueline Harrell. Rogers sitting up front, followed by Blake Johnson, Jacqueline Harrell, and Zach Laney. Spreading out into a single file race down the back half of the track, and that is going to be how they finish. Winston Rogers with your 1, Blake Johnson with your 2, Jacqueline Harrell taking your 3. Moto number 15, 12-year-old novices. Thomas Robinson to staging. Thomas Robinson. 12-year-old novice, Connor Arnold, Tucker Robinson, Maverick Miracle, Jackson Lester, Garrett Winship, and Hayden Franklin.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
Looking for these podium finishes, and that is going to be Tucker Robinson with your 1, the 709, and State 8, Maverick Miracle with your 2, Hayden Franklin, rolling the 3. Moto number 16, 14-year-old novices, Tyler Malone, Skylar Visnich, Blake Laney, and Carson Hawkins. Got a battle for that 2 spot. That is Blake Laney sitting up front, Skylar Visnich sitting on the 2, the 161, Carson Hawkins, and Tyler Malone chasing them down.
Ready, watch the gate.
In and out of turn 3, and that is going to be Laney holding on to the end with the 1, Skylar with your 2, and the 3 is going to go to Carson Hawkins. Moto 17, 21, 25, novice. Henry Campbell sitting on low points. Ryder Warren on the 2s. Ashlyn Hoyer on the 3s. Oh, we got a rider down. That is Ryder Warren going down. Getting right back up, guys. Cheer him on. Henry Campbell sitting up front. Ashlyn Hoyer sitting on the 2.
Attention.
And that is going to be...
Random start.
No, that is going to be Henry Campbell, your overall 1. Ryder Warren, your overall 2. And Ashlyn Hoyer, your overall 3. Moto number 18, 2635. Novice, we got to do some math again, but right now, that is Thomas Robinson sitting on low points, Cody Chidsey on the 2s, Blake Cates on the 3s. Thomas Robinson, Cody Chidsey, and Blake Cates. That's the order they're coming out of turn number 2.
Attention.
That's the order they finished the last 2
Okay,
rounds.
riders, random start.
And that's what it's going to be. Thomas Robinson, your overall 1. Cody Chidsey going to be your overall 2. Blake Cates going to be your overall 3. Last rack of novice right here. Another total points race. Jonas Dominguez sitting on low points. Gary and Greg tied 5 points each. Gary Blake and Greg Dutton. So it's going to be whichever order cross between those two is who's going to get the 2. And for those that don't know, total points is low points. You get a point per place. 1 point for first,
Attention.
2 points for second, 3 points for third.
Okay,
Low
riders,
points across
random
all 3
start.
rounds is what matters. So that is going to be
Riders,
Dominguez with
ready,
your overall 1,
ready.
Gary Blake your overall 2, Greg Dutton your overall 3. Let's hear it for the intermediates, guys. Back on track, Austin Miller, Eli Tonga, and Nolan Carco. We did first 5s. All right, we got some points to add up right here. In the event that there is a tie in points, it is the finish of the last round. So if they tie, whoever was
Attention.
ahead that round that they tied is who's going to take it for the main event. Right now, Eli Tonga is on 4 points, Austin Miller on 3, and Nolan Carco on 5. So what's going to happen here? If they finish like they're sitting, that's still going to be Eli Tonga. Oh, never mind. That's going to be Austin Miller, your overall 1. Eli Tonga, your overall 2. Nolan Carco, your overall 3. Moto 21, 7-year-old intermediate. Jackson Smilinich, Grayson G Money Tune, Amelia Welty, and Seth Daly. Right now, that is the 4 bike of Amelia Welty up front,
Attention.
followed by Daly, Tune, and Smilinich. They are close racing here in the 7-year-old intermediate group.
The gate.
That is Amelia Welty out of Des Moines, Iowa. Down here to check out Blue Springs BMX for the weekend, but that is going to be Seth Daly with your 1, Amelia Welty your 2, Grayson G Money Tune your 3. Eight-year-old intermediates, we got another tie for second place. Emmett Hall sitting on low points. Brody and Axel
Attention.
sitting on 5 points each, so that will be whoever crosses
Random
first
start.
is going to be your second. Emmett has it all but locked up with the pair of aces in the first 2 rounds. That isn't going to slow him down, though. Emmett Hall going to be your overall 1. State 7, Axel Miracle going to be your overall 2. Leaving Slow-Mo Brodo Dotson your overall 3. Good close racing out of those guys. Right now, 9-year-old intermediates. Lachlan Lightning Campbell, Brenton Hale, Sawyer Penny, Landon Roach, Cole Nelson, Dylan Stinky Harrell, and Scone, Fetty Stay Ready Hall. That is... Wow, Dylan Harrell putting on some moves. Dylan Harrell, Sawyer Penny, Saucony Hall sitting 1, 2, and 3, coming out of the last turn. Oh man, these guys have been racing hard, but this is your newest expert right there, Sawyer Penny, followed by Dylan Stinky Harrell and Saucony Fetty Stay Ready Hall. It's been great seeing those kids ride, man. Pushing each other. All right, moto number 24, 10-year-old intermediates, Taylon Dobbs, Noak Belcher, T Money Stewart, and Crouton Harves. Creighton Harves sitting up front.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Right.
All right.
Ready? Watch the
Just
gate.
had to check some things right now, but that is going to be Creighton Harves, followed by the State 6, Trenton T Money Stewart, and the 858 of Noka C. Belcher, finishing out your podium out of that Moto 24 10-year-old intermediates. Moto 25 11-year-old intermediates, Corbin Davidson, Dylan King, Chase Mode Curley, Benny the Jet Bass, and Vinny Lamano, and they are 3 wide going into turn 2. That inside line help, that is going to be Davidson, Lamano, and King battling for those podium spots. Chase Mode Curley sitting there on the hip pocket, Benny the Jet Bass not letting him get away.
Ready?
We got some
Watch the
white
gate.
line action going on there, but that is going to be... All right, Lamano was the 3. I don't know who got first and second. So that's Vinny Lamano going to be your 3. And that is going to be Moto 25, Corbin Davidson, your 1, Dylan King, your 2, Vinny Lamano, your 3. That was a close one. Moto 26, 12-year-old intermediate coming out of Scoop of the Real Deal, AJ Johnson, Remy DiMatteo, Tyler McMorris, and London Johnson. And that is going to be McMorris, AJ Johnson, and London Johnson. Going to be your podium out of 12-year-old intermediate. Moto 27, 13-year-old intermediates, Kyle, KJ Smilanich, Carson Boogie Zagalik, and Archer Penny. Not a total points race here. This is their main event. They are racing for position. Smilanich, Penny, Zagalik, 1, 2, and 3 coming out of turn number 2.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
They are pushing hard.
Riders ready.
Penny going around the outside. Oh my gosh. That is going to be Archer Penny with your 1, Smilanich with your 2, Zagalik your 3. Hey, I'm moving on, girls. X guys, Fly Rye Brown, Fearless Fallon Tyler, Bea Quads, Dotson, Super Sof Campbell, and Mac Roberts. Brown, Campbell, and the 1 bike of Bea sitting up front.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
All the way down that last straight. Oh, man, they are bunched up, but that is going to be Brown, Campbell, Dotson. Going to be how that 12-year-old girls expert moves. And we are on to experts, 7-year-old experts, Harrison Nalavenko, Kane the Hulk Combs, and Asher Luce. Luce sitting up front, 3 bike of Harrison on the 2.
Attention.
Kane on that Nag 13 sitting on the 3.
Random start. Riders ready.
Single file race they got right now coming out of turn number 3, so I think it's going to be safe to say that's going to be Asher Luce with your 1, Harrison Nalavenko with your 2, and Kane the Hulk Combs rolling with your 3. Total points race right here. Tristan and Graham are tied up for second place. Jackson sitting on a pair of aces, going to have it all but locked up. So whoever finishes first out of Graham and Tristan is going to be your overall 2. That's going to be Jackson Bowie with your 1, Graham Little your 2, Tristan T-Bone Moorhead going to roll with your 3. Moto 31, 9-year-old experts, Ivan Bad Boy Kent, Arrow Juicebox Bailey, Braxton Wolverine, Jackman, Corbin, Clutch Howard. Oh, lots of breaks.
Attention.
That is Jackman sitting up front right now, but he's got a lot of company right there. This is a fast group of kids pushing hard. But all the way to the stripe. That is going to be Braxton Jackman, Ivan Kent, and Arrow Bailey rolling on the podium. 10-year-old experts, 3 riders. This is not total points. This is what you see is what you get with Xavier Davidson, Racing Case Murray, and Edric E.J. Hawthorne. Davidson, Hawthorne,
Attention.
Murray, 1, 2, and 3 come out of turn number 2. Pushing hard. Wow, man, EJ made those tires stick right there. That is going to be Davidson, Hawthorne, and Murray, 1, 2, and 3 for that 10 expert group. Moto 33, 13-year-old experts, Zachary Hurricane Campbell, Liam the Nightmare Taylor, and Patrick Couts. Might get a bit of an air show out of these riders going into turn number 2. Nope, they are all keeping it there. They're trying to win. All right, that is that 24 bike. Zach Campbell up front.
Okay, riders.
Patrick Couch sitting on the 2. Liam Taylor sitting on the 3.
Ready. Watch the gate.
And that is looking like how they're going to finish. Campbell, Couch, Taylor, 1, 2, and 3 out of 13 expert. Moto 34, 14-year-old experts, Caleb Comeback Kid Kurtz, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, and Colton Orange Crusher Hingle. Total points here on low points. Still sitting on that top spot too. Dakota and Caleb tied up.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
So that is going to be Colton, your overall 1. Caleb, your overall 2. Dakota, your overall 3. Moto 35, 15-year-old experts are on track with Seth Swartz, Jasper, Captain Kennedy, Braden the Bumblebee Deal, and Austin Slow Mo Neal. Kennedy, Deal, Penny, 1, 2, and 3 coming out of turn 2. Neal and Swartz battling down that last straight. That's going to be Kennedy with your 1, Deal with your 2, Penny with your 3. 1720 Expert, Amir Speed Racer, Toll-Free, Lola Jonjovic, and Sean Madden. We got a battle right there. Madden and Toll-Free pushing each other like they do every week going into turn number 2. This is
Okay, riders. Ready,
not
start.
total points. This is what you see is what you get right now. It's Madden, Toll-Free. And that is, oh my gosh. All right, that was Amir with the 1, Sean Madden with your 2, Lola Jonjovic with your 3. Moto number 37, 2635, Expert, Andrew Downtown Brown, Darren Nash, and Scott Johnson.
Attention.
Nash, Brown, Johnson, 1, 2, and 3 coming out of turn number 2.
Ready, watch the gate.
And that is looking like Darren Nash holding on to the 1. Brown with the 2, Johnson with the 3. Last rack of the night, guys. Right now, 4650 Experts with Keith Skeeter, Woolery, Brian Peck, and Zachariah Hinton. Total points right here. Brian Peck sitting on low points with the 1s. Zach on the 2s. Skeeter on the 3s. And right now, that's looking like how they're going to finish. That's going to be Brian Peck, your overall 1, Zachariah Hinton, your overall 2, and Keith Skeeter Woolery, your overall 3. Folks, thanks a lot. Thanks to Freaky Fast for coming out and doing the team night. Thanks for Bikes of the Likes of Us for being out here vending. Thanks to all our volunteers that helped out tonight. And we are going to call it a night and get ready for race.